Hello, I'm Cheyenne. Welcome to Cheyenne Reads. Today I'll be doing my July TBR. So I decided that I'm going to be reading fantasy and mainly romance this month and maybe a little bit of thrillers. I started the month off with Legend Born by Tracy Dion. It's about a girl named Bree who just lost her mother, and on her first night at a college campus, which she's an early student to, she witnesses a magical attack, and the story goes from there. And I'm just so excited. I'm almost halfway through the book. I think I'm on page 118, 119, and I read all of that in one day yesterday. Today's July 2nd, by the way, and I'm just so excited. I'm already predicting this is going to be a 5-star read, and I'm just so excited. I love all the hype about it, and yeah. I'll also be reading The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I did read this last year if you were subscribed to me back then, and I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I honestly, now I'm thinking about it, it was really a 5 out of 5 stars. And when I went to read the second book, for the life of me, I could not remember what this book, like every single detail that I wanted. So I'm like, I need to reread this. I see so many people talking about it. I see readathons for it. I'm like, yeah, I need to reread this so I can finally finish the trilogy. And that's one of my main goals for this month, is to finish this trilogy, which is going to be a huge project, but I really, really want to. This book is about the end of the world, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, I read this book, but I don't want to give too much of it away. It follows a few different characters, and I think the character starts off with she just lost her son and she's looking for her daughter. N.K. Jemisin is amazing. I'm still raving about this book. All the twists and turns that I just simply was not expecting, but I'm excited to dive back into this and really give it my full attention and even annotate it this time. So I'm really looking forward to this month. I'll be continuing one of my past reads from last month, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I started this last month and I did not finish it. I wanted to read The Maidens, which is why I'm like, I already own The Silent Patient. I have to read this before I buy The Maidens. Because, like, I'm really trying to read books on my shelf before I just keep continuously buying new ones. And I think that's going to be one of my goals for like the rest of the year, just to continue reading the books on my shelf before I go out and buy more. And I know this is a book about a woman who killed her husband, or that's what people believe, but they don't really know her side of the story because she's a silent, hence the title, The Silent Patient. And yeah, so no one knows why she killed her husband or what was the main reason, and it was just like a really gruesome death. And I don't know if I can really recommend this book to anybody because I'm still reading it, but I know there's like a lot of hype and praise. So I'm on page 109 and I hope to finish this in July. So I have a lot of romance that I want to read with Kindle Unlimited, because I do have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. And I think that's where I'm most excited for this month, outside of like the 5th season, is romance, because that's where it's at for me. I really found a new love for it. I know before on my channel I was reading like Credence. I think I read It Ends With Us. I read a few romances, but not like dark romances, and not too many dark romances, but that's really what I've been into lately. I read Diver's Heart. I recently read From Luke Off With Love. It's not a dark romance, but this is just some of the romances I've been reading. So I read From Luke Off With Love by Mariana Zapata, and I really enjoyed it. It was a slow burn romance, and I'd really recommend it to anybody if you're looking for a bit of a longer read with slow burn and like from enemies to friends to lovers. This month, I want to read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata, which is about Vanessa Mazur, who knows she's doing the right thing. She shouldn't feel bad for quitting. Being an assistant housekeeper, fairy godmother to the top defensive end in the National Football Organization, was always supposed to be temporary. She has plans, and none of them include washing extra large underwear longer than necessary. But when Aiden Graves shows up at her door wanting her to come back, she's beyond shocked. For 2 years, the man known as the Wall of Winnipeg couldn't find it in him to tell her good morning or congratulate her on her birthday. Now he's asking for the unthinkable. What do you say to the man who is used to getting everything he wants? So I know this is one of Mariana Zapata's really huge books, and I'm pretty sure this is also slow burn. So I really, really want to read this month, and I'm predicting that it's going to be 5 stars, because that's what From Luke Off With Love was. I think it was like 4. Maybe 5 now that I'm thinking about it, because I really just enjoyed it and I really enjoy her writing. So I'm just so excited to dive into this. Then I'll be reading Culty by Mariana Zapata because I'm on this whole train where I'm obsessed with her writing. Why not continue reading books by her? So Culty is about, I don't know, but I've heard the hype about it and that's why I'm reading it. The description says, "Trust me, I've wanted to punch you in the face a time or five." What? Okay. When the man you worship as a kid becomes your coach, it's supposed to be the greatest thing in the world. Keyword supposed to. It didn't take a week for 27-year-old Sal Casillas to wonder what she's seen in the international soccer icon, what she'd ever had as posters on her wall or ever envisioned marrying him and having super playing soccer babies. Sal had long ago gotten over the worst non-breakup in the history of imaginary relationships with a man that hadn't known she existed. So she isn't prepared for this version of Rainer Culty, who shows up to her team session a quiet, reclusive shadow of the explosive, passionate man he'd once been. So I'm obsessed with sports romances right now. I really want to read the off-campus series. Starting with The Deal, I'm like 20% into it right now, and it's been kind of like an on and off read for me, but now I'm to the point where I have to finish this book. So as far as I know about The Deal, I've heard it from TikTok, I've heard it from BookTube. I'm just like hearing it all over the place. I have to read it now. It says, Hannah Wills has finally found someone who turns her on, but while she might be confident in every other area of her life, she's carrying around a full set of baggage when it comes to sex and seduction. If she wants to get her crush's attention, she'll have to step out of her comfort zone and make him take notice, even if it means tutoring the annoying, childish, cocky captain of the hockey team in exchange for a pretend date. So that's the point where I'm at the book, is where we've been introduced to Hannah and then we've been introduced to Garrett. And Garrett is the guy who's like childish and annoying and cocky, and he's on the hockey team. And Hannah's trying to get with this other guy who's on the football team. But in order for Hannah to be on this guy's radar, Garrett is proposing that, hey, I'm really popular. I'm like the best hockey player. Like, I can put you on his radar. So tutor me and we can fake date. So I'm guessing this is like a fake dating trope type of book. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. Like I mentioned before, I read Credence by Penelope Douglas, and now I really want to read Six Venom, which is a sapphic romance, and that's all I really know about it. I know and heard from other people that the two girls are like really bullying each other, like it's like a bully relationship, and I heard that Penelope Douglas does that really well, like the bully aspect. I've only read Credence by her, but I am interested in finally finishing Punk 57, finally finishing Birthday Girl. I don't know, I just really wasn't into them, and like I cannot find a book as good as Credence. Like Reverse Harem, yes. Literally, that's definitely my cup of tea. And I think that's one of the reasons why I loved Credence so much and why I loved Diver's Heart so much. So yeah. Back to Try Six Venom though. It says, Marymount girls are good girls. We're chaste. We are untouched, and even if we weren't, no one would know because we keep our mouths shut. Not that I have anything to share anyway. I never let guys go too far. I'm behaved. Beautiful, smart, talented, popular. My skirt's always pressed, and I never have a hair out of place. I own the hallways, walking tall on Monday and dropping to my knees like the good Catholic girl I am on Sunday. That's me, always in control. Or so they think. The truth is that it's easier for me to resist them because that's what I truly want. They can never be. Because what I truly want, they can never be. Something smooth and something soft and smooth, someone dangerous and wild. Unfortunately, what I want, I have to hide. In the locker room after hours, in the bathroom stall between classes, in the showers after practice, my head swimming, my hand up her skirt. For me, life is a web of secrets no one can find out mine. That's Clay's point of view, and just by reading Clay's point of view, I'm already so excited. Like, I want to start this book right now. Now we're getting into a Mafia romance, a darker romance that I really want to read, Bound by Honor by Cora Riley. All I know is that it's Mafia, it's a dark romance, and there's a whole series about it. So I really have to read. I'll read you a little bit of the synopsis. Born into one of the leading mob families in Chicago, Aria Scuderi struggles to find her own path in a world where no choices are given. Arya was only 15 when her parents betrothed her to Luca, the Vice Vitiello, the oldest son of the head of the New York Costa Nostra, to ensure peace between the two families. Now with 18, the day Arya has been dreading for years is looming dangerously. Her wedding to Luca. Arya is terrified of marrying a man she hardly knows, especially someone like Luca, who got his name, the Vice, for crushing a man's throat with his bare hands. So this is already an arranged marriage just by reading the synopsis, and those are also something I used to really love reading back in like my fanfiction days, my Mafia fanfiction days. Yes, I'm calling myself that because I was obsessed with Wattpad, and that's what this vibe is kind of giving me, like, or at least reminding me of, which is really why I want to read this book and dive into this series. Finally, I want to read Throttled by Lauren Asher, and I've heard about this all over Book Talk, which is one of the main reasons why I want to read it, and simply because it's romance. And I feel like romance is just so easy for me to read. Like, it's never too much. You don't have to worry too much. There's constant action. There's constant, I don't know. It's just my whole vibe. Like, give me romance. Give me romance. So it says, Noah Slade is a Formula One legend in the making. Focused, unapproachable, ruthless on and off the track. A man with walls higher than the Grand Canyon, and my brother's new teammate. I want more of the prince who disguises himself as the villain. But while I crave a happy ending, he wants to destroy his. Maya Alator is a forbidden temptation, an ambitious post-grad I should stay far away from. And chaos wrapped with a bow. We're a ticking time bomb, about one wrong move away from exploding. I want to trip the wire, detonating together in passion and pain, because in the end, all's fair in lust and war. So yes, those are the books I want to read this month. I am beyond excited. I'm back in my reading mood. I'm not in a reading slump right now. Like, I'm flying through Legendborn. I have so many other books that I'm really interested in reading, and I hope to film some reading vlogs for you guys this month. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.